And welcome back to the potentially last game of the BTS Pro Series Season 14 here in Southeast Asia. I'm Harry Freak, joining me is Kips, and currently it's 2-0 for Talon versus Fnatic. But Kips, there is a big deal that has changed from game number 2 to game number 3. No, Jonuel didn't return, but BDZ is out, Carlo, whatever you want to call him, and a big person, a very strong Dota player, a legend himself has joined Fnatic for this one. Who's it gonna be, Kips? It's gonna be March. So that is gonna be who's gonna be standing in for Fnatic right now. And you're gonna tell me, is that gonna be good enough for a victory?
To be fair, we've often seen teams with stand-ins, especially of that caliber, suddenly, feel very comfortable. Like the coach stepping in usually is not really all that different from playing with one of your teammates, just because you know each other, you know each other's playstyle so well. And probably a part of what Fnatic is doing is just built on what this guy is known for, because all these guys know each other, right? And I guess like the real deal here for me is that he's going to bring a little bit of his own flavor. I'm not sure how much pro play is still in his fingers, but it'll still be in his mind, that's for sure. So who knows, maybe we get to see the fabled March Chen.
Huh? Let's see if that's going to be the case when March should have been a stand-in for game number 1, right? But then Jonuel's power came back up, and so he played. So while they were in the lobby, Talon, when they saw March, they were ecstatic, like, yes, let's go, we want to play against March, are you going to be picking Chen, things like that. We might see it. I have had I've had the pleasure to play against March Chen in a couple of scrims 4-5 years ago. I'm gonna say, I think it was 5 years ago. I think it was 2018. So I know that it is nothing to laugh about, and he has had 5 years more to practice. So now he is 10 times better, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's much like black belts in any kind of, martial arts. Like, for the longer they've had them, the more dangerous they are. Like, nothing is more dangerous than an old man in a sport where, most of them die young. And in this case, I guess most of them get, like, tennis elbows.
That is true. Do you have anything that you tell your players to do to prevent those wrist injuries?
Like, the prime thing is always have elbow support, always, always, always. And next to that, there's a couple of stretches you should do. Like, the most important one is opening up, like putting your elbows down at your sides and pushing your hands back. And of course, you have the traditional prayer one and or stretching it out in front of you. Those are all very important, and you can do that literally during draft, so no excuses not to do it.
Okay, so Kips is there staying with like the teachers in the old days, they have a stick, and then if someone is not stretching, well, we know the rest there. So I'm guessing that all of the players that you have been coaching, they're gonna be healthy for a very long time, no problems there. But looking at the draft here, anything interesting here? I'm thinking that we are not gonna be seeing a March Chen, but rather he's gonna be playing a Treant, another hero that he's somewhat known for.
Extremely famous for, I would say. And also the kind of, if you're going to be bringing somebody in and you're like, okay, we're not sure how well this man is going to perform right now. We just dragged him out of retirement. How about his arthritis? He doesn't have to move all that much on a tree. We're going to park him on a lane. And the only thing he really has to do is watch the map, give living armor to whoever needs it at that moment. And, keep that tower alive. Later in the game, maybe you can do some overgrowths, which is cool. So yeah, like that. Also, like the Shadow Demon ban before it, we've seen SD used to great effect as a Treant Protector counter in multiple regions. So they're just securing that little extra security, especially for the overgrowth.
So we're kind of having the same draft for Talon as in game number 1. Fnatic, they had the same response, but now they have a Treant Protector. So there's going to be some added armor protecting them from the insane amounts of minus armor coming out on the side of Talon. Though I have to ask you, Kips, is there any other profession than being a esports athlete where at 27 they're looking at you like an old man?
I mean, listen, like gymnasts, especially the female ones,
True.
peak at like 17. Badminton players are like 23. Like, there's a lot of traditional sports where you're old if you're 27, like real
Really?
old.
Badminton for me
Yeah,
was always
badminton.
like a sport that you play when you are 70. But okay, I have seen the professional badminton. I know that it's cool. It can be hard, but it always looked like an old people thing for me. But okay, I've learned something new that I didn't know for gymnasts. I did hear it in the past. Lena has made her way through until the last pick of the second phase. I haven't seen this for a very very long time.
No, and especially not since she's getting picked into several heroes that are counters for her.
Mm-hmm.
Fnatic, I'm not sure what they're on right now, but I want some because this must be some good stuff. The, normally, people pick the Tusk TA into Lina, the overwhelming physical damage. Even with Treant Protector armor, I think you feel pretty at risk this game just because the BKB alone is not going to be enough to ensure your survival. Never mind that there's also an Elder Titan on top of it, which is always going to be able to find you with the spirit and exactly pinpoint, like, hey, there she is. Here we got the girl we have to jump, right? Like, do they feel that secure in their Magnus?
Maybe they do. You know, if the Lina is in front and you really want to commit, you might be met with a big RP and then you're gonna get ripped apart. That we have seen in the previous game where the same lineups were played, at least the same one on Talon, that the Tusk saved a lot of people with snowballs. So
Yes.
I'm gonna assume that that's gonna be happening again.
Exactly. Saved from the RP, saved from the Light Strike array, both pretty well telegraphed spells. There is a lot of plays to be made for this Tusk, especially if he is not needing to be the one who gives the vision, which between a Nature's Prophet and an Elder Titan most likely isn't necessary to always just suicidally run in on that Tuskar.
Yeah, definitely not the case. He's probably gonna be suicidally running in at the early stages of the game because that's where you want to be crushing the tree and crushing the Lina.
Yeah.
And later on in the game, well, you can just take it easy. These guys give you vision, and you just work off of it. I'm loving what Talon got and Fnatic. Their responses can work. I'm not saying it cannot, but it does require a lot of coordination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now both the Puck and the Night Stalker get taken away, so more hunting heroes, more vision heroes to enable that jump of Talon would be pretty greedy to run a Night Stalker with this, but we've seen Talon get away with greed before. Like, they seem to be pretty dang good at that. And finally, there's Death Prophet. I've been talking about her for 2 games straight, never made an appearance. Here she is, banned.
Puck is not here. Luckily for Fnatic.
Yeah,
Batrider not here. Luckily for
luckily for
Fnatic.
Fnatic.
Do you give Tusk to Mikoto, or do you see anything else here?
Mikoto is a menace on Tusk. And I do think that would very neatly complement the 2 other, like, slightly greedy lanes that he has here. And then what you do is you pick any kind of enabling for him. You could think about, I don't know, you could think about Snapfires, you could think about, I don't know, Grimstroke is an old one. Get yourself a delayed AoE Purge versus the Magnus. That could be really good.
What about another Faceless Void? Okay, no, they're gonna go for the Seeker. What came to mind is that Mikoto is gonna be playing a TA in the mid, and then they pick just something for Savage, and they're gonna be doing just that.
And man, that would have been ultra greedy. That would have been greedy even for Talon.
Yeah, Seeker is at least a lane winner. Should be doing well against both the Rubik and the Magnus there in the lane. It is a deny pick now for a potential Pango that would have been solid for Fnatic. So what's left?
Agreed. They've really loved both the Mag and the Pango combination, right? Normally if you don't have a Pango, you could still think about Primal Beast. And I do like him because, for example, versus the TA, he wins that lane handily if she's in the mid. And I think the same goes from the side lane. She's just never safe because you always take a refraction off immediately. And you don't win the slap fight either. So if you want to play fast, if you want another frontliner, you could be thinking about that.
I'd love the Lina mid. versus a TA. Let's see if they're gonna go for that one, and they will. They actually will. It is gonna be a Armel Lina, it seems like, and Gabby again on the Magnus. Enigma actually is he's a decent one now. You can even more so just jump in with Gabby, get the RP off, and then you're gonna have something to fall back on. Really nothing on Talon that cancels out the BKB black hole.
I mean, there is going to be the punch from the Tusk, right? But since he is in a support position now, he definitely has to be very careful with his positioning. He needs to get his Blink Dagger at a decent rate. And now, yeah, the job of jumping in is definitely not his anymore, because he just has too much defensive work to do here, really.
So how do you feel about this one? I personally am okay with the Enigma pick overall. The reason why I'm slightly not in favor of it is because you're laning against the Bloodseeker. You're not going to be pushing him back.
Exactly. 23 Savage is just going to end up holding that lane. And there's a lot of high cooldowns on Fnatic as well. Like, if Fnatic are still in the mood of using those spells, just popping them off, making sure they get those kills. Like, I do think Talon's draft is still pretty greedy, pretty low on the lockdown. Still really wants to be farming 3 lanes at once, you know, the works. I do think that you have a fairly decent shot in this game, and certainly with an Enigma on your side, you're not going to get outscaled all that easily. So I do enjoy this draft as well, but man, is it hard to like root for Fnatic without their full lineup after the display that we just saw.
March might give something new here, but Kips, a very hard question. I mean, maybe it's a very easy question, but it's gonna be a hard one to answer. Is this our last game of the tournament? Does BTS Pro Series end now?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I think it does. This lineup has Talon all over it.
Yeah, and you have a major lineup that is playing against a team who got eliminated from Division 1 and now is playing with the stand-in. As you said, March pulled out of retirement. Yes, he does have some nice ideas, but he probably wasn't prepared for this one. He didn't know that he was gonna be playing Dota today, let alone against a major tier team. And we'll see how well he does. Carlo in the previous game, he didn't do too well. Let's see Fnatic, if with this kind of a lineup, they can threaten the side of Talon. But also, it could be the last game of our tournament. If it is the last game of Fnatic in Dota for quite some time. We hope that they're gonna be coming back soon, but we actually don't have any info on that one. With that being said, we're getting into game 3 here. Kips and Talon, they're in a smoke.
They are in a smoke, and they are going to be finding the retiree himself.
What are you doing here, old man? What are you doing?
Ganging up on him.
Mercy.
Stealing his purse, you know, kicking his cane out from under him. Bullies.
I mean, I thought Talon were gonna let him go, but it seems like, you know, we have a plane to catch. Yeah, we don't care. Like, why didn't you even come, March? Why did you come? Just to give us gold? Okay, that's nice. Thank you. Let us win this as fast as possible. Is definitely not going to be happy with that one. At least Mikoto doesn't get the first blooded, but 23 Savage is going to be an even bigger issue now in the bottom lane.
Okay, so I do have one request for this game, which is I want to see proper magic damage Lina out of Armel. And like, you know, if this is going to go, you know, sideways anyway, if you're going to have to make some weird things happen to stay in this game at all, I kind of do want to see the Lina Ags.
I did see.
I know it's very unlikely.
I saw 9 play it 2 days ago, in the finals of another tournament. So you know, it's not impossible. I wouldn't hate it for sure.
He's versus overwhelming physical damage though, so the magic resistance really doesn't make a lot of sense here, unfortunately.
That's true, but the spell amp might. Imagine you're like, flame cloak, and you zap into a refractions, and then everything goes down. Top lane, Nature's Prophet dropping low. Okay, those shards, just jabs, just run away. Like, what the hell are you doing? He's gonna be juking around the trees. He's fine.
I'm a Nature's Prophet. I have stats out the wazoo, right? Right?
Yeah. If you say so, Kips, but there it looked like he doesn't really have all that much. If those shards didn't come out, it would have been a problem. The top lane, I thought it was gonna go well for Talon because it did last time when they played against the Magnus, but this time around, Fnatic are gonna be doing it slightly better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they've had some practice versus this lane right now, and I think it's hard for Talon to outperform what they did the last time. Like, how do we crush them harder? I'm not sure how they would have done that. Gabby lost his tower at what, like 7 minutes?
Yeah, that was the case. It wasn't looking too good. But anyways, bottom lane, 23 Savage versus KP. KP Enigma. He's very well known for this hero. Can he stand his ground against the Bloodseeker?
Stand his ground? Probably yes, but this is one of those lanes where you definitely lose Eidolons if you're not constantly maneuvering them out of the way. And of course, 23 Savage absolutely has no issues whatsoever taking them down because he's just going to heal up extra from them. So it's not even like he's trading too much HP in comparison to other laners. This feels really good for him, and that means that, yeah, his support is just off to the side, securing runes, whereas, you know, March as a big old lumbering treant is not nearly as happy to leave this lane and wander around.
Speaking of happiness, Mikoto is not going to be too happy because, yeah, he did get a support there securing the rune, but only for himself, and now he doesn't have one. Armel, on the other hand, does refill his bottle, and this is Alina versus a TA. If you play this matchup properly, the TA will almost always lose.
It's so hard to keep any kind of refraction charges up with the constant hits from the Lina coming out. And of course, refraction is a pretty big deal of like your overwhelming last hitting damage. Like there goes your last hit advantage. Every time you lose those charges, it's not just a defensive spell. So Mikoto really has to play aggressive here to get anything out of those charges before they get popped again immediately by Armel.
And Armel, he is going to get 2 points in Fiery Soul, so to me it's looking like we're going to be seeing a right-click Lina here. That is what it seems like. Gabby on the top lane, he is getting slapped, and yeah, it seems like it has started here for Talon on the top lane. The same amount of aggression that they had in game number 1.
Yeah, and I wonder here if you should consider going for more shockwave points instead, just to be able to clear out the treants without constantly taking damage from them. Because it does seem like Empower simply does not scale hard enough early enough to actually be worth the trading.
He's gonna try to go for this cure, but it's only a Tusk. He has a snowball. He'll get himself out, doing damage to both of the heroes. And here come the treants. They're gonna be surrounding them, tanking the tower as well. Fnatic, they're not gonna be killed, but they take quite a lot of damage.
Yep, and it feels like the first game all over again. They had a slightly better start, and now they're not even getting close to touching jabs at all.
I'm thinking about your proposition to go for a shockwave, more points. The problem I have with this is that the Magnus is not gonna have arcane boots, and then I don't really know how do you have the mana to spam that out.
Yeah, I don't know either. Falcon Blade? Question mark.
Maybe.
Like, if you just surrender yourself to losing this lane, right? If you're fine with getting slapped around here, I'm gonna come back anyway. You go for the Empower build. It's a lot less complicated.
They're getting these cures onto Q, but it just doesn't work. The hero is way too good against it. Literally also like close to the same cooldown on those 2 spells. And every single time you get skewered back, you just snowball yourself out of it while it's doing damage to the enemies anyways.
That Tusk is so tanky as well. He's got 5 armor. He's fine with taking some tower hits now and then, especially when the treants just keep on coming in to share that burden as well. Armel!
I wasn't expecting that one, especially not before level 6.
No, me neither. I was just in time to see him go down to the last right click, and he just really overplayed his hand there.
I mean, Mikoto has been doing a good job with the side blades, but that just shouldn't happen now when the traps are there. Imagine what's gonna be happening now if you're not careful. Mikoto, he's really crushing it today. He deserves to win this tournament.
Yeah, Mikoto he has been so incredibly impactful for his team, and the way that he plays a very different array of heroes as well. Like, compare his sitting on the bottom lane with that Bat Rider in the previous games versus now getting a Templar Assassin and farming versus all the around the map moves on the puck on the first game. Like, it's all different, and he knows how to do it all.
knows how to do it all. Also, the rest of his teammates, they know how to do it as well. They killed Gabby on the top lane without any rotations, and they see the Rubik. He's bleeding out. The Bloodseeker can smell him, can feel him. He will use the sticks there to get out of range of that, but it's still not going to be looking good.
Yep. And as you say, all that blood spilled on the other lanes makes 23 Savage really friggin' fast. That's just going to be an extra problem for Kippy.
He's a race car, and look at Mikoto. He's rotating with an arcane rune, and DJ, he might be a kill here. TP to the top lane there from March. He wants to help a little bit. DJ does have the living armor on himself, but that's not gonna help you much against magical damage. Q takes the kill. Mikoto, you're not getting any more because it's not fair. If you have so many kills, you will just crush our enemies.
Hey, hogging the spotlight, man. What about the supports?
Oh, well, there it is. What about the supports? If he gives it to the supports, they're just gonna be feeding it to Armel. I gave you the mid lane, I gave you everything, and you just go and you give a kill to my enemy. Now, Delina is same net worth as the TA.
Sure, but the TA got that top tower down, which is once again 7 minutes top tower down. The Magnus, Gabby, not exactly going to be happy about that. Now he's completely unshielded on the top lane. If they make a move on him, there's no way for anybody to come near him to help. It'll just be the living armor and him versus the world.
Kips, you told me that it cannot go that bad. It literally did go just as bad as in game number 1.
I thought they learned, man.
No, it seems like they did not. Or Talon, they just play so well that you do not have a response. Gabby, even without his tower, he's staying on the top lane. He's farming. This time around, he's gonna be going for a Mask of Madness. Last game, it was the last time he played this was the Echo Saber. I kind of prefer the Echo.
I do think that the Echo has way better utility as a build-up into other items if you so wish, but I guess for the Mask of Madness, if you really want to continue farming, then you know what? I think the Mask of Madness farms faster.
That on the bottom lane was a beautiful black hole coming out from KP, but it was so obvious. Just kidding. I didn't know if 23 Savage was gonna survive, but in the end he does, and they killed the Enigma. The black hole is spent. Everything again working in favor of Talon. This is just the case when you win the lanes so early, when you crush everything.
Yep.
Well, it's just so easy to play Dota.
It is. And it's not even like they've won these lanes with heroes that now, you know, are going to fall off immediately, like, you know, a Primal Beast or something like that, where you have to get that BKB immediately. Otherwise, you just don't stand a chance as the game goes on. They're winning with quite greedy cores. Like, I'd call this a triple medium core, but there's nothing medium about a late game TA or a late game Nature's Prophet for that matter.
Yeah, but if they hit their timing in the mid game, no late game will need to come through at all. Also, the Seeker can be quite a problem in the later portions of the game, especially against ranged heroes like Alina, who, well, you wanted to see a magic damage build, you will not. Here in Southeast Asia, they smack people until death, so that is what Armel is going to be going for.
Yep. And as fast as Alina's damage output is, right, that's still a slower build in the mid game. Like, it farms faster, but as far as like bursting people goes, you know, get in, kill somebody, get out again, it is just slower. And in a game like this, where you can always immediately get reactions, where there is, you know, a stomp, a tusk snowball, a Nature's Prophet who can come teleporting in, any second that you show yourself is more information toward that reactive lineup of talent to punish you for showing your face. I understand that it's a very powerful build, and that if everything goes your way, right, you get a black hole, you get an RP, you get to smack the entire enemy team that's 5-man caught in there. Sure, this build is going to feel phenomenal, but I'm not sure if he's ever going to get that opportunity, because opportunities like that need to be created. Who's going to be able to create them for Armel?
Are you seeing what Jabs is doing to them? He's just sending Treants into the ancient camp and the big camp there in the triangle, and not allowing them to stack, not allowing them to farm, not allowing them anything really. Fnatic, they need stacks with this lineup. Of course, Talon, they would like some stacks as well, but the thing is they're farming so fast that no one will get a chance to do so. Top lane, March dropping low. This time around, Talon will have mercy, and they will allow March to get home safely.
For now, I've got a feeling that he won't be that lucky next time. But yeah, you're completely right. This Nature's Prophet is just running interference all across the dire side of the map. Armel now. That's RP, that's Laguna.
And he is dead. Up, he found an Invis rune. It's not like he had a Shadow Blade, of course, he's not that farmed, but they will get themselves a kill. Meanwhile, mid lane tower might be more important than that kill, and now with the smoke, Armel will pay with his life for killing the carry of Talon. Still the Enigma coming over KP, he just got his black hole back, but Q is gonna be finishing off the Lina before that happens. Mark in a little bit of trouble, he doesn't have level 6, so can't go for the overgrowth. KP caught in the trees, he does have the black hole, has to be careful about using that one. Can they cancel it? Oh, he takes it now! Jabs! No! No! Gabby! On whose side are you on? Okay, DJ is gonna be fine for now, but KP is gonna be in so much trouble. He feels bad now that it was a 0-man black hole because his teammate decided that it's not gonna be doing much, and now 23 Savage is back in action. Fnatic, they're dead. Only Gabby lives.
I don't know about the skewer. Like, I understand that Gabby thinks that if he stays there, he might just die himself. So he'd rather get out and try to get the kill at the same time. Because he knows that there's more supports over there who can take care of the kill, right? But it does leave the rest of his team high and dry on that cliff, literally. And the rest of his teammates eventually get shut down too. I'm not sure if there was a winning play there.
He just died. How did he die? What, did they have vision? Did the ward just expire? I don't know, but Armel will follow as well. Like, okay, now just tell me, how did Gabby die?
How did Gabby die? Yeah, Wrath of Nature with some ancient auto attacks. Like, I do think that was like the literal end of the ward.
Where's the vision?
Oh, Thirst.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay. This is why I have an analyst. Thank you, Kips. Yeah. So it is gonna be a kill.
Needed a second there, but
Nah, no problem, no problem. I got confused for a second, but that's why we have you here. Roche, well, he's not gonna have a second to be confused because he's gonna die very fast, and it is gonna be an Aegis onto Mikoto, giving even more advantage here to Talon in this game 3. They're closer and closer to the win, and winning that grand prize of $16,000, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I am not. The prize pool of the tournament is $39,500. You know that America's is 40,000? Like, how is that fair? Like 500 less? That is discrimination right there.
Exactly. That's racism. I don't. No. We're gonna have words about this.
BTS. I'm just kidding, of course. Might be. I think because there were a couple of teams that pulled out, so then it decreases that one. Gabby. He says, nope, I don't want to be here. I don't want to die again. Nature's Wrath will hurt him, but this time it will not kill him. Talon, they just send him back.
He's on half HP again, though, and these treants are blocking all his camps. What a frustrating game to play. Disgusting jabs. You should be so proud of yourself. I love it.
Oh, man, it really is disgusting. He understands we are greedy, so how are we gonna accelerate ourselves? Well, by slowing down the enemy. That's what we do, and it's working out really well for them because Fnatic, they have 3 kills, and they don't really have camps. Everything is blocked. He doesn't have anywhere to farm on Gabby.
No, because the other side of his jungle is currently occupied by Mikoto with a Blink Dagger and an Aegis. Like, certainly not that side of the map.
Yeah, there's this camp, you know, the safe camp that they warded recently. It's just so sad. Maybe top lane they can kill Savage again. DJ still smoked up. He'll get the lift up. The stun will connect, and that should be a Dead Seeker yet again on the same plays, different combination of spells, but the outcome the same.
Also, just a little bit of space to breathe for Fnatic, though I gotta say, if the Magnus decides to rotate after his team go through his own jungle, he is going to be running into so many wards there. He's going to be watched constantly.
So Mikoto farming the Ancients. Gabby, he finally got his Ancients to spawn, and then someone else killed them. He doesn't know what to do. He gets 1 camp and maybe a mid lane from time to time, and he has 2 farming items. It is just looking disastrous currently for him. So give me some nice future predictions for Fnatic. What is gonna happen so they come back into the game?
some nice hope for them. Well, you know, over on the side of Talon, you definitely have the opportunity for all these focus firing cores to get close to each other. You have a bunch of AoE spells. I guess it could be fairly easy for Talon to overstep themselves and present a really attractive opportunity for the 3-man black hole, a 3-man RP. Not like this though. Bye, Armel.
That's probably your strongest hero. And March, he wants the TP out, but there's 2 ways to cancel those. So very optimistic coming out from his side. He probably isn't used to the Gleipnir meta. People having gate toss on the Nature's Prophet, and he's gonna get caught by that one. Immediately Talon are going for a smoke. They want to end this fast, and for that they're gonna be moving fast around the map.
Yep, and that would also prevent Gabby from getting to that Blink Dagger, which could be a very necessary tool in order to actually get any of these surprise jumps as well. And the same goes for Kippy. He's also working on a Blink right now. If they get enough farm to scrape that together, well, you know, at least DJ dies for a good cause.
Yeah, while they are working, some people have already done the work and are coming for you. Gabby wants to TP away. He will not be allowed. They don't have lockdown, but they have damage. And Talon, they get another one. Fnatic are just losing heroes everywhere on the map. And that's effectively a team wipe if you look at it.
Yep. Bit of part in space and time, but that's just 5 heroes gone for absolutely no return, and you're losing 2 towers here as well.
They don't have blinks, they don't have ways to initiate, they don't have ways to play Fnatic. They don't want to be giving up just yet, because once they give up, they're gonna be taking away their jerseys, just putting them away. We're not gonna be seeing the Sorg for quite some time. The tier 2 on the bottom lane, we're not gonna be seeing that one again. Possibly not in this tournament, because this is what it looks like, Kips. The last game we're gonna get, and it is a very exciting one. Just kidding, of course. It's not really. Talon are controlling everything.
They are, so we're living and breathing with this Gabby Blink Dagger here, and he's like, Armel, please get out of my way. I need that gap.
Okay,
he's being watched.
Feels like he's being watched. He knows that he's being watched and he cannot farm. Where do I get my 200 gold? Like, are you a support? No, I'm a carry. Okay, that is rough.
Well, I think he's gonna get it on this top lane, you know, while his team probably loses some more kills on the top lane. Although, Q actually?
Yeah,
he's gonna die for this.
No, he's gonna live. It's not close. He's gonna live. Jabs is gonna get RP'd. And they want to pull him into the tower. We'll get silenced up, but Jabs will be under a tier 3. 18 minutes and you cannot live through that. But it doesn't matter. They've got to. Gabby finally showing off his Blink Dagger. Gets an RP. But still, only 1 kill. They're thinking about going on to the Enigma. Have the silence. No Guardian Greaves just yet. He's gonna have to wait 20 seconds. No, he's gonna have to wait more. Because he's dead. We'll be back in 33.
I just, if you actually make space for the Magnus to get that Blink Dagger earlier, maybe you get to do something before they're at your high ground. Maybe you get a little bit better of an RP on the Skewer back here, but he's just in a hurry and he needs to take somebody down. Anybody, please do something. So that's the best we're gonna get out of the Blink reveal. And to be fair, it's not bad. It's Jabs. I think they would have gone high ground there if he was still with them. I was actually for a moment pretty sure that Talon were going to go high ground anyway because the RP was down, but they're not in a hurry. Not really.
Gabby in the trees, he cannot blink away, at least not just yet. Now he can, he's gonna be fine. There, the Nature's Prophet was saying there was 1500 damage that was done to him by the Magnus. Gabby, he still packs a punch. He cannot be underestimated, at least not just yet. Talon, they have to be careful.
Relatively so, at the very least. And Mikoto is still just taking out these triangle creeps like they're his.
Kips, let's act like this is not over because it's the grand finals and we need to keep them hyped up. The trap, Gabby is gonna be caught in it and he might get stomped on. Has to use the skewer there, but Armel, unlucky for him, he doesn't have a spell like that, so will be taken down, running into the trees, running into his death. The Earth Splitter coming in, he's gonna be pulled to that one, and finally Snowball gets the kill. Fnatic, they're gonna be in their base and the goal lead of Talon continues to increase.
are just seconds short of having the RP there over on Fnatic. So there was an opportunity for counterplay if Talon timed that any less sharp, but they did, and once again they get off scot-free.
I'm liking that Talon are playing it clean. In multiple reasons for it. First, they're giving respect to Fnatic. Second, they don't want to get into a clowny mood before the major. I like it.
Yes, and you're respecting your own time, right? Your own time, that of your teammates. This is good training. You are your habits, and these habits look pretty dang dangerous.
Yeah, Fnatic now, after this grand finals, they're gonna be in the habit of being completely smacked down. The overgrowth does connect. That could be a big RP, but no, it is gonna be stopped for a second. Mikoto, he gets the blink away. Magnus cannot do anything. Now the buyback from the Enigma is coming over. Can he get the black hole off? Yes, he can. Yes. And Tusky goes into it as well. Give him a flat 5-man black hole in this grand finals. No, it was only a 4-man black hole that does absolutely nothing for Fnatic. Talon, they are all alive.
Oh, beautiful delta split there on the jump in from the Magnus. He had his chance. He could have pressed it immediately, but instead, Fnatic get the split up, run away, and he is lost in the sauce. RP not used in that fight at all.
That's a tower gone. That's a Rags gone. That's a tournament in the bag for Talon. They're probably going to the major with a crown already on their head. But that just means maybe a bullseye on their forehead, because everyone is going to be looking at them.
Very possible indeed. Like, I would not be giving them that Nature's Prophet anymore if I was any of their opponents. But then again, easy for me to say, because I don't have to deal with the Broodmother that you then let through. Or, let's say, the Ricky, for example. It's all bad. All bad to let through versus Talon.
For sure. Roche, he doesn't want to be making an appearance anytime soon. It is going to be a very long Roche respawn, because he understands the second I come back to life. Fnatic, they cannot defend me. Fnatic, they will not defend me. And I'm just going to be taken out. 27-5, 22,000 gold lead. Talon on a clear path, an easy path, and a direct path to get their title here at the BTS Pro Series.
There is Echo Saber now finished on. No. Excuse me. He's at that. There is an opportunity for him to get a BKB pretty soon if he disassembles that. Gets silenced first though.
They smoked under vision just a second ago on the trap there. Now he's gonna be caught. He has nowhere to go. Gabby, he is stranded. He needs help. He's gonna be lifted. He will be getting some help. But look at the damage they'll take it. And here comes 23 Savage, hungry for blood. Snowball save there. Buy yourself 3 seconds. Then we murder you. And that is gonna be it. Fnatic call GG. There's nothing more to give in this game, in this series, in this tournament. It is gonna be Talon who are our champions.
And very well deserved here. From the start that they came into this tournament in the second round to, you know, this point here, I don't think I ever really doubted that they were going to take it. You're, of course, hoping that somebody's going to waylay them. You know, Blacklist with that one pretty spectacular comeback victory. You have Fnatic looking really good in the lower bracket finals. But in the end, like, they even won 2 times here with roughly the same draft versus Fnatic. And they couldn't really stop them either time. And that's just what dominance looks like. They know exactly what you're gonna pick, and they still can't do anything against you.
It is looking like they're an undisputed champion in this tournament. Really, I don't know how else to put it. It is pretty much looking like no one could fight against them properly. And that's gonna be it. We have our champion, Kips. Yes, it was an underwhelming grand finals, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Though, any last words here? We are not gonna be ending the show though, because we are gonna be having a interview, Kips. It is gonna be Jabs that is gonna be joining us, guys. So we're gonna go. We are gonna go onto a slight break, Kips, if you agree here, just to get prepared for that one, and then we can get Jabs in here to ask him a few questions about the tournament and of course about their trip to the major.
Absolutely, and looking forward to that. So yeah, let's step out and bring the real star on in.
Be right back. And we are back now, and we have a very nice guy here to do an interview with us. It's gonna be Jabs. Welcome here, and congratulations on your victory.
Thank you, thank you.
So, how does it feel? Did this tournament feel easy for you, or did you have some issues getting to the championship?
I think it's okay because like we figured something and it was a good like a practice for us.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
because I was wondering, like, because how do you stay businesslike when the games are sometimes going very easy? Like, do you guys have to remind each other, like, okay, no clowning now, just finish it, or are you like just a very serious team in nature?
Uh, I think it's like depends on the opponent. Like against Fnatic, this one I don't think we're like being like a crowd aroused. So like we just want to finish fast. Yeah,
Get on the plane.
yeah.
so we started the day earlier because you guys are flying out to Lima. Do you have time to prepare for your flight now?
We do, but I think we like postponed our flight to like tomorrow. So like tomorrow night we're gonna fly to Lima for the major.
Oh,
Okay.
guys, you made me get up at 6 in the morning for this, and now you're not even flying today.
Sorry.
No worries, man. This was a very short day. I would have liked to, I worked for Fnatic. You've been with Fnatic for a long time yourself as well. How does it feel to not like? Because this might be their goodbye, right? How does it feel to wave them goodbye like this from the other side?
Uh, I thought like they have like a momentum like before the grand final. They play really well, but I don't know, like they kind of weird it like in the grand final. I don't think they play like they played before. So yeah, kind of sad.
Yeah, kind of sad. Any feelings about the org stepping out of Dota for now?
It's kind of sad for them because like I've been with them for like 4 years, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's true.
Yeah, but
All right.
let's focus on you guys,
Yeah.
and the major, right? Because you looked like you were completely dominant in this one. In the major, do you think you can perform just as well? Is it gonna be just as easy?
I think it's gonna be like hard because like every region has like different meta,
Mhm.
and we're gonna figure out like when we go there and like scrim. Yeah, but we kind of lady.
Is there any particular region or team that you are looking forward to facing, or that you do not want to face?
I don't think we are like looking to face or like don't want to face someone. Like we just want to try our best and like perform well for ourselves.
Hmm?
I also have a question about yourself. What do you guys like? What does Mikoto eat for breakfast? Because I want to know what the breakfast of champions is. That guy's on fire.
Oh, uh, maybe casual Starbucks.
Okay, okay. So get a real gamer diet there.
Easy, easy, easy. Jabs, also, is it fun being annoying with treants there in the enemy jungle, just not allowing their camps to spawn? I think when I was looking at Fnatic, they don't have anything to farm. They were very frustrated. So, did you feel good about yourself while doing it?
Like it's feel good when you block like two cam and you see enemy. So like they cannot do anything about it.
Okay,
Very very mean. I like it.
Jabs. So we're not gonna hold you here for any longer. Thank you for talking to us. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun watching you guys play the tournament, and thank you for all the cool Dota plays that you brought.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye bye, Jabs, and
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's gonna be Jabs Kips. We did have a nice talk there with him, and that's gonna be us for the tournament. Kips, I hoped you had fun here casting with me.
I did. Yeah, I did. That we both get to see some really good Dota and that we got to meme a bunch. I just I guess we're going to have to get back together to get that proper 5-game grand finals that we've always dreamed of, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to tell Jabs there, but like, how dare he finish this in 3 games? Like, we came here for a best of 5 grand final. It's not a 3 games of Talon smacking down Fnatic, but that is what we got, Kips. That is what our viewers got, and I have to say, either way, it was a fun tournament, a good couple of weeks, good Dota, and I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to working BTS Pro Series in the future and working with you again. That being said, we are gonna be ending up the show, guys. We got our champion once again here. It is gonna be Talon. We wish them all the best in the major, as we do for all of the other teams. That's gonna be it for the BTS Pro Series Season 14 here in Southeast Asia, and both me and Kips, as well as the rest of the BTS crew, bid you farewell for now.